Hey, what's up? My name is Roman Anthony. This is the first ever video blog that's on my website, Industry Talk, hashtag Industry Talk at roman/anthony.com. Today I'm going to be interviewing a few of my favorite characters from the cast of Cheetah in August, which is this really great hit show on Vimeo. I have Dante Morrison, I have Andre Myers, and I also have Brandon Moten with us today. And we also have one of my favorite friends and besties, brother from another, Mr. Brentley Bond is in the building, and I'm gonna get him to sing for you guys, okay? I'm gonna get him to sing. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Roman Anthony, and we are doing the first video format of my blog, Industry Talk. And here with me I have some of my favorite characters from the show, Vimeo, the show. I'll send you all the links and everything. Cheetah in August. So we'll go down the line. I have Mr. Brentley. As y'all know, we go way back. we go way back. So we go keep this cute.
Hey everybody.
I have Dante Morrison,
Hey.
Brandon Moten, and Mr. Andre Myers. Okay, so shoot, I don't even know where to start this. Okay, so let me give you a little backdrop on my blog. I'm going to discuss your project because I love it, but also I want to discuss how you guys were all introduced into the entertainment industry. It's because after doing research, I see that you guys all have like a million damn jobs. Like, you act, sing, design, write, and I'm like, wow, and you act. This dude right here, okay, he's one after my own heart because I'll be on the set, and as soon as like I'm not doing my scenes, I'm behind the camera like, what's going on? I'm like, do you need help? It's like you're directing, gaffer, lighting technician.
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes too, definitely.
Yes, and then this one right here. I don't even know him that well, but just knowing his background story is like everything that I aspire to be. Like, he's a motivational speaker. He has been doing this for over 10 years, correct?
Yeah.
You have 2 books, numerous awards and recognition. You have spoken to people in prisons, churches, about everything. It's just like, that's inspiring. Like, So yeah, one of my favorite characters on the show is Dante's character, Chuck. And Chuck, for me, is the center. He's like, in every black family, you have that one matriarch. He's that character who keeps everything grounded with a no-nonsense attitude that sometimes we need. Like, you just need to be smacked sometimes, but with love. And then, my last and one of my favorite guests, who I've known for some time now, Mr. Brentley. And as y'all probably know from other stuff we've been on, it's been interesting.
Yes, it has.
We're not throwing drinks or jumping over any tables today.
Hashtag what's the function?
So my first question with you guys is, how did you guys get involved with Cheetah in August, and what do you think of your individual characters?
I think we should start with the star, Cheetah.
Yeah. I'm
looking like right at you like.
I got involved just by auditioning. I knew Brentley, he's one of the producers, and I also knew Anthony, the director of the show, and I auditioned, had a couple callbacks, and eventually got the role.
Well, how do you feel? Because your character is schizophrenic, correct? At least, wait, no shade. No, that's what I got from the husband. Because I was like, I don't understand his character. Why is he going to therapy? He was like, he's schizophrenic. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, because he has like, he's Cheetah.
That's funny. I mean, it's subjective to what you thought. So
I don't know. I felt like it made more sense because I was like really trying to figure out your character. Well, what did you take on your character when you read the script and was like, okay, who the hell is this person? He got 14 names and a million different identities. Who is this person?
I just think he's really confused, and he's trying to figure out who he is and what this thing he has, this power that he has of attraction is. I don't think he's schizophrenic, but I think we leave that up to the audience to kind of put their own spin on it. He does have another side that he sees in the mirror, but I don't think he's schizophrenic. He's just going through a lot and just trying to figure it all out.
Now, you have some great acting skills. How do you prepare for something like that with all those scenes where you're like blacking out or you have these little emotional bouts? Like, how did you get into that?
Just using things that have happened in my personal life and kind of bring that to the circumstance and to, the scene, and just take it from there. Just be in the moment. Okay. If you just listen and let things affect you.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's advice for you guys. they're always like, how do you do, you just gotta let them know the truth.
Yeah.
And, okay, so the question for the two of you guys, because you guys had some scenes where I was like, I'm too saved for this. I was like, God, I didn't know how I was like, because you know, I was turning to you and I was like, oh, should I be here? You know, I'm like, you know, I was, okay. So for those of you guys who have not watched the show yet, you really need to, or for those of you guys who have, and you wonder how to pull off a great sex scene and stay in the moment, how the hell did y'all do that? Because I was like, I didn't know how to, and I've done the sex scene, and I was like, what?
Well, it was rehearsed.
Yeah.
We did rehearse it. With the director, we actually rehearsed it, and it was, you know, fully clothed and everything. So we kind of knew what to expect. As far as, I don't know, getting prepared for it, like in my particular acting class, we go over all of that kind of stuff as actors. It's a very adult acting class, so we go over all
Please
of
tell
it.
them what acting class you take, so everyone can take that.
Well, it's breaking through acting workshop with Troy Skinner. That's the name, and he really prepares his actors. Like, he doesn't skim over anything. Like, we do rape scenes, we do violent scenes, we do racial scenes. You know, we've done a scene from what is that movie with Lupita?
12 Years a Slave.
12 Years a Slave, when she got whipped.
Oh my God.
You know, so if you're a white person in that class, you're gonna say the word nigga, because you're gonna have to do it on set one day probably. You know, and as a black person, you're gonna have to stand there and take that word, because you could be playing a slave one day. You know what I'm saying? So having been in that class, I was like,
fully prepared.
yeah, like I had mentally prepared myself.
So safe to say nothing came up on set unexpectedly. Like, y'all was really. I'm just saying, you know, because I didn't. Anyway.
It was like choreography, you know, like we rehearsed it, and then you just put the emotion behind it and just go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you can't do a sex scene like that without fully committed. Like, you have to, you can't half-ass it. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that, but
No, you can say that. My mouth is like a sailor.
that's my mama. My mama said it all the time. Brandon, if you do something, don't half-ass it. So
Amen to that.
you can't really do something like that and not fully commit to it. So.
And they did, and I'm jumping in real quick just because I was there that morning. We filmed those scenes at Dante's house, so shout out to Lena. She showed out in my bed. We were there at 4 in the morning, and those two like didn't complain or anything. Like when the sun was rising, I think that's why it was just so authentic, because like they were just both professional, and we didn't have a lot of people in the room either, so we still wanted to respect like their naked. But
And Dante, being that you are a motivational speaker and you talk and educate people about like sex and stuff, what advice? I mean, I don't know. Were they using protection?
No, when they were doing the scene, I just happened to stumble in.
just see what was happening.
I was like, let me see, make sure. And then I said, yo, put a condom on the bed.
Right, I always say that too.
Put a condom on, put them on, and when you look at those scenes, you will see
the condoms.
You will see the condom wrappers
Educate
open
the
on the bed,
masses.
because it's subliminal stuff like that people will catch.
Yeah.
Because you look at all these other movies out there, you rarely see a condom.
And they always say, well, when you're in the moment, sometimes,
Right.
so you just show the audience that you can be in that moment, but you can still
And their
be
moment
safe.
was a moment. They,
Right? Because I wasn't even prepared for that moment. That
They were
shit caught
going
me
ham.
off guard.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch it be filmed. Okay, I was like.
And it sort of addresses sort of, I guess, a stigma that I guess the gay community might have about it. That, you know, people go around and just have sex, and they don't think about protection and everything.
Yeah, like the
So-
statistics when I came here, like to get my health care in order. And I was looking at the little posters on the wall, and I'm like, okay, so the white gay couples happily married. I was like, the Latin and Spanish couples, they're, you know, they cool, they alright, they getting tested. I was like, the black couples, we just full blown AIDS, we single, we ain't got shit going on. I'm like, what is with this propaganda you guys are posting? Because people are actually going to believe that, young impressionable minds, of course, but I know better. Which you are actually a testament to better, because you are a happy black married person. And one thing I loved about, I did memes on, I screenshotted your scenes, because your face acting is so hilarious. It's so good. And I think the reason why it was so great because you weren't doing it to do it. It was just like you being truthful and natural. And I was cracking up. Like a great actor is somebody who don't have to say anything at all, but everything is right there. So,
well, I appreciate that because I really don't feel like I can act. Like a lot of the people here have done acting or got trained. I don't consider myself an actor. I feel like I'm more of a singer. And I can act a little bit, so I really appreciate you saying that.
that was really good.
My face is dramatic naturally, so.
No, I would have
The
been.
lines I probably didn't remember. Sorry, Dante.
And like, so I'd be like, I first saw your film Leave It on the Floor a couple of years ago, and I thought that was amazing to have like black people, like black actors, gay. I don't know who was, who wasn't, but you know they were all portraying gay, which was great because that's what we need.
Yeah.
But how do you feel like the industry has changed since that time and now, when you have all these shows like Skin on How to Get Away with Murder and Empire prominently showing us, and it's like it's good, it's normal. Finally, they understand that when we hear no, it's normal.
I think, honestly, it's hasn't changed that much.
Really?
We have these characters that are gay, that are supporting characters, but we don't really have that many lead gay characters or a story that's told from a gay character's point of view. Like we have Empire, we have Jamal in there, which I auditioned for.
I auditioned for some things and was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was, you know how bad I was.
And he's the lead on the show, but it's not told from his point of view. You know, and we have all these other shows with gay characters, but this show is so important because we get to see it from this character who happens to be gay, his point of view and everything that he's going through. So I think that we've evolved and we have a lot more, we have a lot more to go. Yeah.
That's probably true. So being that you guys are on one of these shows that's getting us there, what do you want to see this in the next season? Because I'm like really anticipating what's going on with your character.
Yeah.
What
me
other
too.
name you gonna have? I'm like, is he gonna make another appearance? I was like, damn, he's saying all the shit that you hear in the bedroom, but it was uncomfortable because I was sitting next to his mama. Like,
You were doing
I was like, oh Lord. And you was periscoping everybody's reactions. Oh my God. So where do you hope to see or do you have any like inside information on what's happening next
I know
season?
as much as you know. I hope that we get to flush out the stories more and get to see what happened after, because we kind of leave everybody on a cliffhanger. Like what happened
It was a
to?
big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I think he's dead. I'm not sure. I was like, it's like,
Yeah.
hurts because I know this guy.
I might be dead.
The blood looks so real.
We got shot at the end. Somebody got shot.
Wait, yeah, somebody did
Yeah.
get shot. Wait, don't be selling it.
We don't know.
They
But
let
somebody
out
got shot.
pictures.
somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody got shot.
Watch the 12
So the
episodes.
only person who's coming back next season is Chuck. He the only one. Everybody else is pretty much screwed. Okay, and oh wow. Okay, so I want to get back more into that.
Yeah.
Because so I'm just thinking about your dossier right now with 2 books. Could you name your 2 books? I think slipped my mind.
The End of the Rainbow is the first one, and the sequel is Yesterday Clarified.
And when did you write these? When was the last one published?
The last one's published 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long for 10 years, right, that you've been motivational speaking?
I've been working in the HIV education field since '99.
That is,
Yeah.
wow. And what made you get involved into that?
I was diagnosed positive in '99, and then I realized that being black and positive, you don't have a lot of support. You either have to go to the white gay community or you don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also a minister, so you're trying to add in the church dynamic of being positive, because the minute you go into church and say, I got HIV, pray for me, well, how'd you get it? Fuck that matter. I mean, I got it.
Right.
Can you help me out? So you deal with all those different isms in the black community that we don't really talk about, we don't discuss. Everything was swept under the rug. So I saw a need and I said, well, somebody got to talk about it. So I challenged myself to learn all I could about the virus so I could help others and become a mentor, a role model for other younger black gay men because my thing was always, I didn't have a me. If I would have had a me, I probably wouldn't have HIV. You know, if I'd have had a me, I probably wouldn't went through a whole lot of hellacious, abusive relationships. If I'd have had a me, I probably would be 43 years old right now, finally coming into myself, saying, okay, now I'm good with me, if I'd have had a me. So in 99 up until now, I've been working on myself so I can be better for someone else who doesn't have to go through all those different challenges that I faced.
Amen. Sometimes it takes time.
It takes time. And I tell everybody, it takes time. You can't put a clock on it. You know, don't say, well, in 5 years, I'm going to be perfect. You know, in 5 years, you're going to be 5 years better than you are now. But you're not perfect.
You know, hopefully.
If you sit down and listen to some wisdom. But everybody grows in their own time. And I think within the Black gay community, it's unfortunate that the images of all the different levels of Black gayness is not portrayed effectively in media. You know, it's unfortunate that a lot of people only view, you know, gayness as heels and lipstick. They don't see the diversity, which is not.
But when it is, it's
right.
painful as hell.
And now that we have this boxer who has said he was drugged, you know, it is causing this ripple in how people are looking at homosexuality because he goes against everything that mainstream society views as gay. He's a boxer that is hyper masculine. We couldn't possibly see him being a bottom. But now that he's shown being a bottom,
I didn't see.
Power bottom.
Well, only to piggyback off of that. Well, first, let me stop cursing because I did not know for a minute. I didn't read that.
Oh, you good.
Second, no, actually a friend of mine, a good friend of mine is, he's actually one of those bloggers for the porns and stuff like that. And one reason why I stopped watching porn was because he mentioned that a lot of people are drugged. He's like, they'll find people in the clubs and like, you know, they'll like put something in them and like film these people without them even knowing. So I was like, you know what, when you look back on it, you can kind of tell which ones based off the budget, was it really a budget or just did it look, you know, you kind of don't know. Like there's sex tapes around some people.
Well, there's a difference between a sex tape done in a Burger King bathroom versus one done with proper lighting, camera, you know, signed contracts and waivers. I mean,
boss, you know, she had no idea.
No comments.
Right.
No anything whatsoever. You know.
That was good. They had a bomb iPhone. They could blow.
She had the
They could do
iPhone.
angles.
I mean,
I need that iPhone.
You know. Some people just have really good lighting in their bathrooms, okay?
Child, please.
You never know.
You tried that. Don't stick it up.
Oh my goodness, wow, okay. Well, you put out the boxer and everything.
I'm just saying, it's unfair that you have, you know, all these healthy gay relationships that are kind of stigmatized and disproven because you have some people that just don't want to buy into the fact that two men or two women can literally come together and be in love and sustain a relationship. I mean, committed, lifelong relationships. It happens. It happens, but we don't highlight that. We only highlight the drama.
Yeah. Well, my views and perspectives are always warranted with judgment because I'm a little old school, so, you know, being raised by a Southerner, I was like, you just marry yourself off to the highest bidder. That whole love shit, that whole love stuff. You know, Romeo and Juliet don't come around all the time. That was a storybook fairy tale, which means, you know, you work, you do what you do, you meet somebody who's either a match or on a higher pedestal that can help you get to where you want to go through ambition and hard work. But, you know, I do think we need to show that, you know, that love is the foundation for certain things. Although when it comes to the legal process of it, I just be saying the church and the state was supposed to be separated, which is why y'all came and took over America. And you're not gonna sit here and tell me that me marrying somebody just because they rich is the problem. I'm like, if I can't marry for love, might as well marry for something else.
Oh, well.
All right.
But you know me, mama told me
Respect everybody. Respect everybody.
She's like, I'm preparing you, so you know how to. And that's how I'm single. But bitches just find me a mile away. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So with your two characters, oh my God. Every time
You look at them and think about it.
right, I'll be thinking about right, because I'll be trying to figure out like, okay, there was other stuff that went on, but I can't think about that. Right? Like, you know, like your character who was battling his sexuality. Now that's something that people are going to go through till the end of time, like battling who they are. And how were you able to to channel that, to like feel, I don't even know what your sexuality is, I really don't care, it's not what it's about, but kind of like, how did you channel that to like, to express that real emotion that, you know, the scaredness, because a lot of people, I think when we first come out, we kind of like scared us, I don't know the word, what I want to say, curse word, cover your ears. Not your ears.
That's that church shit that
Yeah, he acted like you were in the closet.
I'm not a word for fun. Like, you know, some people are scared, craftless, or whatever, of coming out. And how did you, like, your character just seemed like he was so in love, he was ready to take on the world. Now, what is Romeo and Juliet or Romeo and Julio? I don't know.
I mean, I think I actually had a question for the, when we were reading through it for the director. I was like, is he actually, you know, scared? Because he's like confessing his love for Cheetah and like, oh, well, we finna tell our parents, you know, we finna go to the same school.
He's scared the hell out of you.
So, right. Well, I'm not gonna let it out, but, you know, you gotta watch the show to find out what happens.
And for y'all gays.
But yeah, I was actually kind of confused as to whether he was confused. Because he seemed to be really convicted in what he wanted out of their situation, you know what I mean?
Just personally, and I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna call you Cheetah because I'm talking to your character. Child, don't ever sleep with somebody who a virgin to the game. They always fall in love and get stuck. And then secondly, for you and anybody else who's new to this, don't be confessing your love to somebody. That's the instant scare the hell out of you. Like, wait. You know, we just went to the McDonald's and kind of had like a little function, but now you over here. I'm not ready for all this. I could be 50 and still would get scared if it was that quick. So, I don't know. In normal relationships, have you ever confessed or professed your love to someone, a significant other like that soon?
One time. Well, one time.
Was it
my very
nervous?
first. So yeah, but we got 2 years out of it though. So
that's pretty good.
It was good.
2 years,
you know,
good.
and we still talk today, you know. So
that's really good. You blossomed into a friendship.
yeah, but I mean, now I've learned my lesson. I don't think I would ever confess love. I don't even think I would love so quickly. If it does, it would happen completely
What's your sign?
blindsided. I'm Virgo.
Amen, me too. Because you know, I'm like, I'll wait on it. We could be 8 months in. I'm like,
right. So I would never.
I have to add everything. Let me see. Like, I love you as a person, but am I in love with you? That's the question.
But I think that it's cool that part was shown in this story because I think that's what's cool about Cheetah in August, the show, is that when you watch it, whether you're straight, gay, everybody can remember your first time and how you were so in love. So it's relatable. Like that happens not just to gay people, really.
No, because then you grow up and you realize that wasn't love at all.
Yeah, you remember?
Okay.
If it was like, you know, mutual and nothing happened, your sexual experience wasn't like a bad thing for you. Usually, you was feeling them a different way.
But I think it's also different based on gender.
Again,
like, you know, some gay guys, they started out, you know, dating women or girls or whatever, and they fell in love with a woman. And then another kind of love came when they dated a guy, you know.
Which is the case for my case.
It's two different experiences. It's two different kind of loves. It's like even with the intimacy, you know, intimacy with the man versus man-woman for a gay guy is totally different experiences.
Oh yeah, those are different. So I guess I understand love.
But I mean, so when you say your first time falling in love, my first time in love with a girl was different than my first time in love with a guy.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Mine was good. I love this girl. Then I went into wrestling, and her brother was on the team, so
He was wrestling?
I let him me down. He was fine as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, so, but no.
So you let that curse word come out.
I tried. You were 20 years old, but you would not even come out. But like, no, but also, okay. Now here's where I find a lot of younger people, including myself when I was younger. Sometimes we think we're in love, but we're not. Like I was talking to my first the other day, and I was like, thank God we did not go any further than what we did because we just too. I don't even know what the hell we was doing. Like, you know, I don't know. Do you guys feel like some people they fall in lust and not love?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And in relation to your character, like. Everybody falls in love with Cheetah, but who is Cheetah in love with? Do we know that answer?
I think Cheetah has a great relationship with Anthony. And that's like his main person that he's in love with. But
you're a little abusive. Be careful, girl. I keep that back right by the bed.
once he found out some other things about me, that kind of shifted the story. But just as a human, you have connections with other people, and you might have your exes, and they have a little piece of you. So everybody has a little piece of you. But Anthony has Cheetah's heart.
Oh,
Oh.
that is so sweet. Right?
Currently.
And so this one comes back in the picture, maybe season 2.
Hopefully he comes back into
We
the
might
picture.
reconnect, reunite something.
But be careful, his character seem a little petty. Like he be the one to show up with somebody to the club and be like, yeah, move down, bitch. He seems like he gonna rub it in, like, like, hey buddy, can we just be good? We good, right? He wasn't picking up calls and stuff. I was like, this is just so rude of him with his hard ass. It's just rude. Don't it hurt more? Like, because when you talk to somebody you ain't really that attracted to, they don't call you, like, it's fine, I don't even care.
Yeah, right.
But when they call you, be like, no, I text him 13 times and 72 messages.
I like all your pictures on Instagram.
Right? Just so I'm thinking about you when you still
I put a subliminal message out. I saw it.
right? Like, I saw you read that notification.
Exactly.
Then you get pissed off all over again. Relationships. I don't know, the show is huge on relationships, whether with friendships, because you two, your dynamics with, and actually I just lost a friend in drugs. So I totally, when you guys were getting into it, it made me cry because I was like, and this was so recent because before he called me, he was like, I want to move to LA with you. And I was like, yeah, come on. He was like, I need to get myself right and stop doing what I'm doing. And I was always the person in his life saying, stop dating that drug dealer, stop doing this. I mean, I know you're young and you living the life because you from West Bubblefuck and you moved to New York, so you're having fun, but you have to slow down and think for yourself, be smart about whatever you're doing. And so it just kind of hurt me a little bit because you were on drugs. And I was like, well, where the hell did this even come from? Who influenced this guy to even do drugs? And I understand sometimes we fall under pressure and we do things that we wouldn't normally do. And it was just so emotional with your characters because you was a complete Virgo. You was like, you care, but you a brutal kind of care. Like,
And I'm like that in real life.
Because I'm like, you can do something I mean, my brother's in jail. So when he went to jail, I was like, first letter, I was like, you dumb as fuck. And then I was like, but I love you. So, and then, I'm that type of person. And that's what I loved about you because your character was giving him that. It was like that tough love that I can relate to.
We need that.
So sometimes we do. We get smacked a little bit. You could have given that some water though. That was real fucked up. I was like, you just mean, rude. Okay, you just need help. He's reaching out.
I didn't write it. I was just doing what I was doing. I was just playing my character.
I need to see the script. You should let it was improvisation.
But it wasn't improv, but we're talking about that. Yeah, stay in the fantasy. Exactly. Cheetah in August, $16.99.
Yeah, you can buy it, you can pay it. I suggest you buy it and you show your friends because that show gave me more life than I expected to get. I was just real with the dynamics of every relationship on the show. And I have a girl crush on your counselor, your therapist's wife. She fired. I was like, girl.
Oh, yeah. That was fine.
Right? I was like, girl, we have some brown chocolate babies, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, so if I happen to go straight down the line, I doubt it. But somebody who looked like that.
Hashtag industry talk.
Right. Industry talks. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up with you guys because y'all probably got places to be and I was late as heck and set. So
You better stay down.
I was. I'm like the wind and blew all this down. I was like, I just spent 4 hours in a chair and ran up the block. I'm sweating. It was just a mess. I don't even know what I smell like right now. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for being a guest on Industry Talk.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.